them to do, plus the fact that, of course, with our MX3, that they do not get their 1 lap warm-up that the other championship classes get. So here we are, ready to get out and get straight into it. What an impressive lineup, a full field for our MX3. We didn't take any more entries, we were locked and loaded for that one, so great to see. And although on the way we've had a couple of withdrawals, I'm sure we'll see a very good class here overall. Loving the fact that we're acknowledging MX3 in our championship. It's got a true place and certainly deserves to be. Callum Dudson, Darren Capel, along with William Cowdrey, Jamie Bennett and Frida Boone, the man who won Rotorua, are our hotshot favoured runners on this early part of racing at the moment. Darren Capel, the man that's done more laps around Diggum McEwen Park than anybody else in the history of this exceptional venue, lined up still there to give it a go. And of course, one of our true champion vet riders. And congratulations to the Central Hawke's Bay Club securing our New Zealand Veterans Motocross Championships this year. That event to be held on the weekend of 14th and 15th of October at the prestigious Twister Farm, the venue back in 2018, 2019. So looking forward to being back in CHB for the New Zealand Veterans Motocross Championships. What a highlight event on the New Zealand card, and already the invitation has been sent out there. Of course, one of the highlights was having Kurt Nickel with us a few years ago in CHB, and Kurt being invited to join our lineup back in. So man, if we can get any of those overseas riders to add to the spark, certainly ask anybody that's been involved in Vets Motocross and rave reviews of that incredible CHB venue. Central Hawke's Bay as compared to Hawke's Bay, so two different clubs. Of course, HB running their specialist moto track, whereas CHB run natural terrain greengrass motocross tracks in that beautiful part of the country. So bringing on with CHB and our New Zealand Vets Champs coming up in October this year. Well, Brad, no mucking around from these guys as they don't get that warm-up lap, so they're straight into it. Darren Capel, nobody's betted him for the number of laps around the Diggum McEwen Park. The guy can still do it. You know, 40 years of motocross from that man, you know.
Oh, he's an absolute legend. He's shown in how it's done at the moment, so look at it coming. Good show for him. Prita Boone made the move to the Mach 1 Yamaha, so look out for Prita, former New Zealand Junior Motocross champion, and a good showing that last weekend, last round at Road to Vegas for their first round of the MX3 Championship. Looks like Prita's already got himself running command of this one here. So Prita Boone, fastest man on the track last time around. He's wasting no time getting himself there. Come up to there. Show there in second place with Dixie Darren Capel. What a legend, still out there flying in the top three. Updates all through 35 entries, we had 40 entries and 35 when qualifying. That's fabulous for MX3, and some absolutely awesome campaigns and battles that had so far. It was a real treat to round number one for them, Rotorua Motocross Park. This one's going to be no different as well. So a massive entry field and some quality riders out in MX3 as well, making it a true spectacle on the program. We've got 3 races today and 2 races tomorrow as part of their overall series campaign. And Prita Boone, the one who leads that championship, has now got a bit of a commanding buffer in this one here. So now on the Mach 1 Yamaha, look out for Prita Boone turning heads in New Zealand motocross, and this is going to feel pretty good out in the front.
All right, here we go, man, talking about making up some time. Of course, totally commentated him on a red bike at round number 1. Of course, these guys weren't at the original round number 1. We had a junior support class, and I'm a real fan of that. So thanks to South Otago and those involved in the Motocross Commission for making that happen. But then, of course, we've come through here and now accumulating the points from this round as well. So Rotorua, and now so effectively they've got 3 lots of points to add to the lineup. So well done. We did have an MX3 at round number 1. Not sure as to why we only put those North Island legs together. But anyway, we might get an update of that before tomorrow's racing, just to get a clear idea as to what we're counting for the points. But anyway, maybe that's what somebody said, that they were a standalone. But it'll be worthwhile getting the confirmation. But what we are talking about is that Prita Boone had been our winner from the Rotorua previous round, and already getting the advantage out there at the moment. You know, you're talking about Carlos Borri and Joe Stock and Sean Drysdale. Shout out to the Abyssal Honda man in there as well. So, but hey, Prita, Callum and Darren are the ones going for it. And when you look at that, you know, Prita Boone, man, the kid's 15 years of age. Darren Capel's closer to 55. You know, there's 40 years of difference between them, and yet they're out on the racetrack in the same class and going for it. And Prita Boone as well probably only have done the number of laps he's done around here. You could probably put on, you know, your hands and your fingers, and your toes. but for Darren Cable, of course, he'd need that 1,000 times over. The hero of Taupo Motocross here at Ligamacure, Mr. Darren Cable, running with the best of them out there. Brad, MX3 brought us all the excitement at round 2 for Rotorua, and looking set to do the same today.
Yeah, fabulous to have 35 bikes out at Ligamacure, and it's going to be spectacular no matter what it's up to. This is cool, man. Freddie Boone out in front, he's well in command of this one here. We've got Callum Dudson. A good show here for that man from Rotor Vegas in second place, and BC Darren Cable still hanging on to third at the moment. He's under a bit of pressure. The youngsters are coming for him, and there's a couple behind him, so look out for the likes of Jamie Bennett turning heads in New Zealand motocross as well. He's coming on strength and strength. He's now into fourth place, and just putting on a little bit of pressure to try and crack into that podium. You see some big upsets here. We've got this one here acknowledged as a championship from round 2 onwards, so this one here will be their second round overall, and they got that couple of races tomorrow as well. So Freddie Boone in charge of the championship, in charge of the race, and there's only 3 minutes to go, so he'll get a couple in before the white flag will come out. There are about 3 laps to go now for Freddie Boone in these short 12-minute races. It's fabulous to see 35 entries in all. We've got points going right down to 20th place, which is Brendan McCaskey at the moment. So Brendan on the charge, got some pretty quick lap times in there too, so he should be able to charge through the pack a little bit further. It's MX3 coming down to the crunch, just on 2.5 odd minutes remaining. Freddie Boone coming does some Darren Cable, Jamie Bennett, William Couldrake in 5th place, Harrison Chisel there in 6th. We've got Liam Cooling and Trent Love Kelly there. That's quality 8th place there. We've got Richard Furs, he's outside in about 10th place. We'll try and catch a bit of an update here. So that's your top 10 as we see it, 2 minutes remaining. And race number 1 for MX3, and on the line coming up next, we've got 25 entries in MX1. That's going to be spectacular racing, so that's a big 20-minute feature moto coming up next. But right now we've got 2 minutes remaining of MX3, and they're a pivotal part of their championship, because this will be the halfway stage. They've had 3 races at round number 1 Rotorua. This is going to be race number 4, and then after this there'll be 4 more remaining in the championship. And Freddie Boone really putting on a bit of a statement. And how about that for a quality competitor? Round 1 he's on a completely different machine. Round number 2 made the bike change and picks up where he left off. So Freddie Boone, Callum Dudson and Darren Cable. That's still your top 3. But Jamie Bennett, he's charging through the back and he's piling on a little bit of pressure. So potential podium on the cards for that likeable young man.
Hey, I want to do a shout out for Team Bennett, Brad. The family live up in Reitihi, up in the Central Plateau, underneath the beautiful Lake Ruapehu, which of course we see here at the bottom end of Lake Taupo. So you've got line of sight here to Ruapehu, but they're literally through the mountain on the opposite side. But the boys actually go to Palmerston North Boys High School, and because they've been a dab hand at doing the dagging and a few things back on the farm as well, they've been part of that Boys High sheep shearing team. So not something you actually see with schools sports activity for shearing. So well done to Team Bennett. Super proud of what those boys have achieved in their lives and in their moto, and it really are good MX3 riders to see them slotted in here. And also, in fact, Jamie Manuatua Ryan, MX3 champion as well, that he achieved last year. So hopefully he'll be back in 2023 to defend that title as well. And speaking about Manuatua, of course, coming up with a big 5-round series at the beginning of the month through May, June, July, August and September, the first Sunday, and that's coupled with June, July and August. And the C4 Nutrition Energy Drinks supported Bush Riders round at Taikaria. So putting together in the first weekend of June, July and August a double header. Taikaria on Saturday and the Flips on Sunday. 2 sand tracks separated by literally 1 kilometre, and to get 2 days of double header motocross. I think we'll have a bit of a taste this weekend though, double header, and people will realise the bang for buck you're getting. But the difference here is, of course, you're going to 2 completely different venues a day apart, but still only got to travel in the same region. Bring it on with Manuatua Ryan and Bush Riders Club and the double headers through June, July and August. But Team Bennett pulling it off here at the moment with a top 5 finish. Brad, great result.
Yeah, so Jamie's just got himself up into the podium spot, so sitting there in 3rd place. He's got ahead of DC Darren Cable, so Peter Boone still coming Dudson there. We've got 2.9 seconds back to Jamie in 3rd, then go to Darren Cable, who's in 4th place. William Cooljoy there, still inside the top 5. We've got Harry Chisel there in 6th, then cooling Trent Love Cully. We've got Jack Swift, and then go to Thomas Robinson. That is your fantastic top 10 with Cody Bush, Richard Furs. We've got Cody Shepherd in 13th. We've got Bradley there in 14th. Harry Young is really in our top 15, as we can see it unfolding nicely. And time has expired, so next time our race leader Peter Boone comes and grabs the chicken, the white flag, with 1 lap to go. So he's in the sawdust now at the moment. Just an absolute command of this one. And next time he crosses the Townley Builders finish line, that'll be the white flag ready for him. So fabulous MX3 racing in race 4 of their overall championship, which had Peter Boone about a 3-point lead in that one, but he'll extend that to even further. Cullen and Jamie second and third. This could be a brand new podium to check out in MX3. Fabulous racing, fabulous show, and now a white flag for Peter Boone. So 1 lap to go in this pivotal part of their championship. We'll talk about after this one here. That'll be 4 rounds, 4 races completed, and only 4 to go to pick up those all-important championship points. So Peter Boone here, he had that, it was a 5-point lead in the championship, but ahead of Danny Merriman, who's not here this weekend, so this is going to play into the hands nicely of Peter, and he's got an 8-point lead back to Darren Capel, who's now slipped down into 4th place, so Peter Boone is going to take a massive advantage in this overall, if the result hangs on like it is. So 1 lap to go to the final lap, and we see Peter Boone's fastest lap at a 2:23.8. That is absolutely flying. That was done right at the start, and then to look at that, the next fastest lap of the race is a 2:27. So he's 4 seconds quicker on his fastest lap than anyone else on the racetrack. It's been an absolute flawless display. And he's got a 13-second buffer with about half a lap to go. So Peter Boone in charge on the brand new Mach 1 Yamaha. Cullen Dudson there in 2nd place. Jamie Bennett hanging on to 3rd. And then DC Darren Capel running at our top 4, so I can't see it changing at this stage, but anything can happen in this frantic MX3 paddock. There's a huge 35 entries. That is just fabulous. So 35 entries out there. Peter Boone number 1 at the moment. So come up to the final of it.
Somebody there like Thomas Robinson as well. Thomas cracked podiums, first race in fact, Rotorua, he was up on the podium. Here he is finding himself back in about 9th or 10th place at the moment. So, you know, the old story, horses for courses, and Peter Boone proving to be a champion, because if he can win at one track and then the next one, and neither of them are his home track, you know he's a class performer. But, you know, Cullen's better performance here, Jamie's better performance here, and then you've got the likes of Thomas, not as good a performance here. So for somebody a hero, there's somebody else not a hero. So the ups and downs of it all with this, the white flag, and we're waiting for the checkered. So let's look out and bring it home. Can we still see our race leader taking charge here as he comes out of the sawdust and looking to line up for the famous Dam Jump here at Dick and McKeown Dam DAM. Daryl August Motorcycles, super guy, proud to be chairman extraordinaire of NZ VMX Racing, and of course here he is, proud to be a great supporter of the Taupo Motorcycle Club. So looking out for this one, a big one, as he checks it out on his new Yamaha. Still the same bike number, of course, 55, that's his number by choice, and he's got the brand new matching blue and white gear to bring it home. So win out there to Peter Boone.
Yeah, that's going to feel pretty good. Not only does he win that one, he'll extend his lead in this championship, so he had the 5 points coming into it. And that's going to jump out even further now. So brilliant stuff from Peter Boone on the Mach 1 Yamaha. He will come through first place. Cullen Dodson there. We'll come home. The man from Rotor Vegas there in 2nd place. Jamie Bennett rounds out the podium. Well done to Jamie. That'll be awesome. And can't wait to catch up with those 3. Find out how this Dick and McKeown Motocross Park shaping up. It looks absolutely fabulous from here. Rut's forming up nicely, and we're going to get some great racing. Coming up next on the program, we're going to have a big 20-minute plus a lap feature race for MX1. So don't go anywhere, that's going to be fabulous. But right now, we're going to cross down to Neil, who's going to catch up with our fabulous MX3 podium. Peter Boone gets the win over Cullen Dudson and Jamie Bennett. That'll be the 3 down there. And then look out for the update as we've got Darren Capel, the Legend DC, coming through 4th place. William Caldray there in 5th. We've got Harrison Chisel in 6th. Liam Cooling, Trent Kelly in 8th. Thomas Robinson gets up for 9th place. Jack Swift ahead of Cody Lush and Richard Furs. That's an update as we cross down to Neil.
Yeah, just taking an opportunity as we await the arrival of our top 3 riders here to our podium, and 3 of our lesser names. That's what MX3 is, not so much the stars of the sport from a profile. More important to me to be the backbone of our lineup that we take on in our sport, and so important that you do get our MX3 lineup well recognised. We go back to all those years of our intermediate and expert classes, and now of course just of what we call MX3, the next tier down from those MX1, MX2, and the choice of weapons of course in there. We've got 125s, we've got MX2 bikes, we've got MX1 bikes with 450s as well, and we've even got some big 2-strokes. So it's choose your weapon and come ride with us, as the boys just getting off their bikes at the moment, and they'll join us here on the podium. As we say, some lesser names, but no lesser a person for it, and a fantastic lineup. What 35 starters in that MX3 in the background here at the moment. Well, of course, have our MX1. They'll be going away to do their 1 lap per look lap prior to their championship races. So keen to see as we get our boys up this time. So rocking on at the moment as we take our podium update. So first of all, let's get him up here. In 3rd place, Jamie Bennett. Hey, Jamie, well done, well done. How'd that feel?
Oh, it was a tough one. The track's already really rough out there, and it's hard. I got a bit arm pump, but yeah, got a mediocre start about 5th, and then slowly worked my way up, but it was good.
Well done, great race. 2nd place for Callum Dudson, so let's get Callum up here. Gossip tells me a bit of a birthday during the week, mate. How was that?
Birthday?
Yeah, was it?
No, we just had a party.
Oh, you just had a party, any excuse, mate. How's Taupo today? All good? Yeah, the bike's performing?
Yeah, it's alright, eh?
Get a good start? You were sweet?
Yeah, got a good start, yeah. I think I got the whole shot. Just missed it, maybe? Yeah.
Well done, matey. Great performance, well done. And your winner, Prita Boone. So Prita to get up here and take the limelight again. And Prita, new bike, new colours. How's it feel?
Feel very good. Feel way better than the Honda.
Really enjoyable?
Yeah, very.
What's Taupo like today?
It's a bit rough, but yeah, it's
Right, hey, right from the start, you were right up there in the top group and didn't take you long to settle into it. Did you feel any pressure? Did it feel easy for you?
No, I felt a bit pressure.
Pressure? Well done, let's have you up here. So there it is to our MX3, our stars of tomorrow, folks, in our sport. Young guns in there, so well done for a great podium. So Jamie, Cullum and Prita for our MX3 part of. Yes, thank you for the support in the background here. Brought to us by Aon Pirelli and Fox, and of course our Penny Homes, your local sponsor. Proud to be local, proud to be built with pride. Houses you can trust, a building company you can trust. You know, in this day and age, you want to go with those locals that are pride, you know, the proven ones. And of course here in Taupo region, whether it be building around on the eastern side, the western side, here in the heart, finding that lifestyle, find a section, or you've got your section, it's a Penny Homes build all the way. Penny Homes, homes to be admired. Proud to be sponsoring our Moto Nats as MX1 we build up to next.